my dad always wanted to see me, happily married with kids and, that traditional.
Fast forward right now, you're doing good.
Alhamdulillah.
What does he think about your success? No, I don't like this. This is too nice. This
I was
is
a
too
daddy's girl
Yeah,
and
exactly.
mommy's girl. I never, even went to get a glass of water. We were so sheltered,
Let's not say rich husband. A
Rich
good
husband.
family, kids. You don't feel like you're so invested in your career and you might lose that?
So I've picked a room in Dubazel next to my office. I thought it's a room. So if you don't have conviction in the project, how are you going to sell the project?
You suddenly change from like, hey, to like, how can you sell? There was a shift of character. If you have a son, just a question.
Yeah, sure.
And he'd grow up, which one you think it's better for your son? A woman who's career-driven like you or a woman who's willing to stay home? Why sales who work for the developer need brokers? Why you don't go directly and sell? Areeba, welcome on CHEKD.
Thank you so much, Malik, for having me.
So are you excited?
Yes.
I believe it's your first podcast, right?
It's my first podcast, yes.
So, one of the reasons why I was interested in having you with me on CHEKD is that you reminded me of Rachel from Friends.
Really?
Because, Rachel's story is that she had to escape, the comfortable life with her family. Her father was against that. It was something around the same story. And then she made it in fashion world and she becomes successful. So your story and her story is, for me, like, it looks alike. I want you to tell me a little bit, like, I remember we spoke about your life and you told me, Walid, like, I never wanted to submit to the lifestyle that it was planned for me. Like, grow up, graduate, find a husband, and just have children and live the normal lifestyle, right?
Of course.
You wanted something different.
Yeah.
But what was the reason why? It's just you are like this innately, or what was the reason?
So I told you, like, I'm from Pakistan and the culture, like, in India and Pakistan, how it is that usually a girl grows up and she gets married after her graduation.
Yeah.
So, when... Always, I had that, I wanted to study, I wanted to go for masters, I wanted to go to New York. That was my dream when I was a little child. And
you were adventurous.
I was adventurous.
Did you know that you will have this life, or you were saying, oh, it's just a dream?
It was just a dream. It was just in my mind.
So you didn't think it's gonna happen?
No, never.
Okay, when you start feeling, oh, I might do my dream, I might live the life I dreamed about.
In 2020.
Why?
Because, I applied for scholarships everywhere when it was COVID time, Then, because universities then, they were offering like good scholarships to students, international students. So when I applied for my scholarship, I got a scholarship from a few universities. And then when I got a scholarship from Dubai, from Halt University, I was so excited. It was a dream come true. Even though I wanted to go to America, but Dubai was a good option. And I have always loved Dubai. I've been coming to Dubai since I was a child because my father's brother, he lived here he had his family over here. He was working over here. So I used to come here almost every summers.
All right.
And I never wanted to leave. I used to cry when I used to go home.
Okay, I got your point. Yeah. So in your head there was like Dubai, Have you visited the US till now? Not yet.
No,
soon,
not yet.
Soon. Now you're making good money. I'm sure you're gonna visit.
Inshallah.
All right. So you came for a scholarship here in Dubai, and then what happened?
And so first of all, I got a scholarship and I convinced my dad, he was living in Saudi with my mom and my brother. So I convinced him, I was like, please, I want to go. I got a scholarship. He was like, okay, fine, go. And then when I came here, I, found a student accommodation. It was so nice, what I always dreamed about. And then the classes, the campus was so amazing. And, the surprising thing is the international students, like different nationalities. I've never seen that in Pakistan.
You were exposed to more natural cultures.
Exactly. That was something so new to me. And like I met Indians. I met so many different cultures. So that gave me confidence also.
Of course.
Exposure.
Of course.
So much exposure.
So between those years when you were in university, you just stayed here, finish university, tell to daddy, look, dad, I'm not gonna come back.
Basically, what happened was when I finished university, my father was living in Saudi and my mother. So I went there. I lived there for 3 months, and I had a good time, you know. But then I had to go to Pakistan because I couldn't find work in Saudi Arabia. Even though I've lived my entire life over there, and no offense, but I was so used to the Dubai life now because I lived here for 2 years for my university.
Ambitious.
Yeah, and you know, and it was like I've lived independently over there here as a woman.
Yeah.
So over there it was so different, you know. Even if I wanted to go for a walk at 2 a.m. with my dog,
you cannot.
Yeah, it was just, you know, it wasn't a safe feeling.
It's a different culture. It's more super conservative. I have an idea about like Pakistan. Algeria is quite similar in some cities. The city from where I came, it's more open, but there is a lot of cities. It's the same lifestyle as in Pakistan. It's more conservative. I mean, everybody have a way of life, right?
Yeah.
But Dubai way of life is the best, obviously. So then you came back. You were like, you couldn't cope. What happened after that?
I gave up. I was like, you know, I've given up on life. I was so sad. I was depressed. I was just in my bed.
Yeah.
I lost all hope. And, you know, then one day, and my family could see it, you know, what's wrong with her. So my aunt, her name is Meher. She's a very special person in my life.
Her name is Meher.
Meher. She's
Hi,
a
Meher,
jinn.
if you're watching.
So she was, you know, seeing what I was going through. Then she found a job for me in Dubai.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then your eyes lit up again.
Yeah. But you know, it was paying 6,000 dirhams. So I was like, you know, how will I survive?
But before we talk about that, like, what was it easy for your family to let you go?
No, it wasn't easy. You know, my dad and mom, my dad always wanted to see me, you know, happily married with kids and, you know, that traditional.
Yeah, here's what Rachel lives. Here's what I remember Rachel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, so fast forward right now, you're doing good. I'm sure you're doing good.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So what does he think about your success?
He is proud of me. Alhamdulillah, he's very happy.
Because he was just afraid. You know,
he was
like
so scared.
Letting your little girl go out there.
Of course.
You know, it's not easy. Because you were in the nest, you were like sheltered.
I was so sheltered.
And then you said, no, I don't like this. This is too nice.
I was a daddy's girl and mommy's girl. I never, you know, even went to get a glass of water. We were so sheltered, you know.
You were like very... taken care of. You were taken care of extremely. But so you decided to go to war because the outside world is war.
Oh my God.
So do you like war? You're happy with war? Like, what?
I'm just coping with it now, you know. Like,
but you still prefer this over the life you had? Of
course. Anytime. 100%.
Cool. So when we talk about marriage, because, you know, we're from almost the same culture, both Muslims, I'm from an Arabic country, you're from an Asian country near to the Arabic landscape, the same culture, same ideas.
Yeah.
And of course, for a man, it's even hard not to get married early. But for a woman, it's even more strict. Like a woman, usually women, they like to get married early.
Yeah.
But in your case, you decided, no, I don't want to, even though I'm sure arranged marriages with good families is something that it was in your plate.
Of course.
But you didn't take it.
No, I didn't take it.
And you wanted a career. You didn't take it. You wanted to be independent.
You know, I always had that drive. I don't know how it came. Maybe, I don't know, at school, some teachers, they inspired me, you know, in O levels. Like when I was doing my high school, my teacher always used to say, you know, that you should be independent, you should become something. And I was like, you know, what is this? Like, is he joking? Because I always, obviously, I wanted to get married, I wanted to have a family. But then, I don't know, growing up, maybe seeing my mother and seeing other people around me, all the women around me, I was, you know, I just thought that this is not for me. I can't do this.
You think you are one of few, or you think all women are like this?
I think I'm one of you.
Yeah, that's what I think. Because I can now see it. There is this pattern. I can see certain women, they have this drive. They have this this ambition inside of them.
Exactly.
And I have an auntie like this, and she's successful. She's in HR for a group of companies, and she's my template. I can see that template in other women, and it's a masculine trait, but it doesn't mean the woman she's masculine. Some of those women like you, I can see you're super feminine, and like you're a feminine lady.
Yeah.
And even my auntie, she's very feminine, but she have a masculine drive, which is cool, which is nice.
Exactly.
And that's good that we agree is a minority of women who can handle this. But my question is, you don't feel like you might lose that lifestyle of that each woman dream about, like a rich husband or a good husband? Let's not say rich husband. A
Rich
good husband, family, kids. You don't feel like you're so invested in your career and you might lose that?
Not at all. I don't think about, because I always wanted to be independent. Financially, emotionally, I always thought, how can I never wanted to be dependent on anyone, including my father. Even when I used to ask him for money, I was like, when I got older after my 20s, I was like, what am I doing? I'm asking my father for money, for pocket money. I should do something. I should earn money. And then, I had this drive inside me. I need to make money. I should be able to buy whatever I feel like. And I should have my own money. So I had this thing in me.
So is the motive money, or there is other thing, or is it success? And it's okay if it's money. I know a lot of people, they're motivated by money. I think Khalid here is motivated by money. But, was it money or was it more success?
Both. Money is so important, Malik,
Of course.
even, and for a girl, to have her lifestyle, to buy.
I feel like your lifestyle is expensive, Areeba.
Of course, yeah, I love designer things.
What's your favorite brand?
Oh, I love Chanel, LV, all brands.
I worked with LV for 3 years. I don't know if I told you.
Oh my God, really? Chanel is my favorite.
You like Chanel?
Yeah, and it motivates you. When I see something in the Mall of Emirates, then I work even more hard.
By the way, you also are one of the people who like to shop in Mall of the Emirates over Dubai Mall?
Of course, I love
Thank God.
Anytime Mall of Emirates over Dubai Mall, yeah.
Yeah, for the people who live here, they like Mall of the Emirates. Stop telling me in the comment section that I'm wrong. Mall of the Emirates is
the best.
Is the best. Dubai Mall is nice. Mall of the for a jog or for like a cardio.
I get lost in Dubai Mall.
Yeah, I worked in Dubai Mall for 2 years, and sometimes I get lost.
I get lost.
Yeah, it's too big. Well,
So
it's
Mall
good
of
for
Emirates,
because us who live here, our mentality is different than someone visiting or new. You want to go in, buy, go out.
Exactly.
Dubai Mall, you go in,
and you get
maybe
lost.
you'll buy, but to go out, it will take another 2-3 hours. It's,
Exactly.
and the traffic and all of that.
And Mall of Emirates, every shop and everything.
All right, cool. Yeah, well, I like Mall of the Emirates. It's not big, not small. And there is all the designer brands, and there is more availability, by the way. Okay, I want to know about what you said, because we digress when you start talking about the 6,000 salary in your first experience here. You got 6,000 salary. I really want to know how a daddy's girl will survive. It's interesting. How was it? And especially in Dubai. Go ahead. I want to know.
So, when I got the job offer, I was like, 6,000 salary. I don't know. It will be very tight. How will I survive? So on
Sorry, what was the job? Quickly.
It was, like real estate job. We had to, pitch to international clients for a Pakistani project in Dubai.
So it was a Pakistani project made in Dubai,
yes.
And you had to pitch it to foreigners. All
yes,
right, cool.
Exactly. So that was my first job, and I was like 6,000 dirhams. How will I survive?
It's
because
good,
university life was different. Daddy was there,
of course,
and he was but when I got a job.
And did you? Sorry, I'm interrupting you.
Of course.
Did he support you in your first few months, or it was like on your own?
He was not very happy with the decisions, to be honest with you.
Of course.
And my family also, even my mother, when I was leaving, she was crying nonstop. She was sitting I still remember that. She was crying on the sofa. And the only person who supported me, again, was my aunt and Jamal. They were like, go and you'll do great. But my mother was crying all the time. My father, he was like, it's going to be difficult. The salary is so low, and, how will you survive? Because, as parents, and I'm not saying he's wrong.
But sorry, 6,000 it's not so low. it's okay, 6,000 for a beginning.
But you know, in Pakistan, the way we lived, we had like a 4-bedroom.
Yeah, but you know,
villa
I know you were going to
with a
war.
swimming pool.
You were going to war. You know, this is war. 6,000 in war is good. You
And
know,
we had like everything
Yeah.
over there, like
you
such
know,
a comfortable
the change
life.
of lifestyle, it hit you a little bit because you were daddy's girl, your father was there,
Daddy's girl,
and now you are on your own. And he told you, look, you want it, you do it alone, right?
And we had helpers over there, like
Yeah.
and cars.
So
and
you're like a
everything
little
was-
princess, like
Oh,
Jasmine,
yeah.
you know.
I had a pink room, you know,
Yeah.
like living in the most posh area. And I don't know how I made this decision. So as I was telling you, my
Yeah.
mother was crying. My father was not happy. So he was like, you know, I have a younger brother also. So he's going to New York, mashallah, for his
Cool.
further studies. So my father was like, you know, I want to see you married, happy in your own house. You should have kids. What are you doing? So I was like, you know, Dad, I don't feel like getting married right now and having kids. That is just not something that was in my heart.
Yeah.
And I always follow my heart. Whatever is in my heart, I'm that kind of person. I just follow that.
Yeah.
So that was not it. You know, I wasn't thinking about that. I was
Yeah.
like, I have to make my own money. I have to make my own money. So that was the
Cool.
only thing.
All right. So now they convinced the family with a lot of heartbreak and tears.
There was tears.
And like it was like dramatic, I'm sure.
So dramatic.
You came here, 6,000 dirham alone, no support. Okay, there's your auntie of that, but 6,000 you don't need support. 6,000 is good.
6,000, but you know.
Yeah, but 6,000, but like a shitty lifestyle. You have to go through that.
But let me tell you, the first time I came here, so I picked a room in Dubazel next to my office. You know, I thought it's a room. So the first time I came here, and you know, it was in JLT, one of the best buildings,
Yeah.
Sector E. So I came there and it was
It was
in
a small room, yeah.
It was like, I never knew it was very tiny. It was like
Yeah.
this, I don't know, I can't even explain. So I had a cupboard and the room was literally this much, I think.
We all went through that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I just put my bags like that. I just dropped them and I started crying. I was like, where am I? What will I do? My mother was right. My father was right. But
And you didn't come back, you stayed.
I stayed, yes. I stayed.
How come you? What was the motive? Like, I like.
And Malik,
If
you know,
someone is watching this episode, he would say, "Okay, a girl like her with the pink room and all the lifestyle she had, she might give up, come back the next day to the airport, the ticket back to Pakistan. You stayed.
I stayed.
But what was the
crying? I
Of
cried
course.
a lot
But what was the motive? What was the motive? What was the thing that gave you strength to stay?
to make my own money. I
You
had
love
to.
money, right? Yeah, well, that's a good thing.
I
Yeah,
never wanted
yeah.
to be dependent on anyone.
Yeah, I understand. Of course. I more power to you. All right. So you start working. How was work? Telesales. You were good. You were bad. I want to know everything.
It was really good, actually, you know, because a few people came from Pakistan. They joined with me. They left Lahore and they came, and we became very good friends. We used to work together. Late nights, we used to call in Canada, UK. We used to make calls and convince clients. And if sometimes, you know, the clients were so rude and they just shut the calls on. We don't want to buy. Don't disturb us. Don't call us again.
So you created like a social life.
Yes,
Yeah, it's nice. And
with my own.
your
My
own-
Pakistani community.
So you it's good. You know, I noticed something. Like we all are coming from different countries here.
Yeah.
And the best way to cope in the beginning is to find your community, because it's like a mini ecosystem from Pakistan.
Yeah.
Like for me from Algeria, it's like a mini ecosystem that make me feel like I'm close to home.
You can relate.
Yeah, you can relate. They're like you. You can hear from them. You feel more sheltered again, but it was not the same way in Pakistan. But there is that shelter feeling again.
Exactly.
So okay, now I want to know a little bit about real estate, because you are a real estate lady.
Of course.
And you're doing very good. I'm very impressed. Alhamdulillah. I'm not gonna give you a bad eye. Don't worry. Everybody in Dubai is afraid of bad eye. Some people, they don't have envy. They cannot give bad eye. Majority, they have envy. They give bad eye. But I'm really happy. I'm inspired by your what you're doing. I'm inspired by the story.
Yeah.
You know, the story itself is interesting. So why you stayed in real estate? I know you didn't pick the first job. It happened to be something related to real estate.
Exactly.
But why you decided to stay in real estate?
You know, I had no idea about trade, to be honest with you. I had no idea what is like the real estate market, what's happening in Dubai. Obviously, you know, there were some people I'm, you know, like I stalk people on Instagram. So a few of my friends, they were in like, you know, real estate and working with Imar and Damac. And, you know, that was like, wow, that was like a dream for me, working in Imar or Damac. And I used to see the posts and everything, and I used to get so inspired by them. But I never thought, you know, that would be in store for me.
But it just happened. It was like you manifested it.
Yeah, I think I manifested it.
Yeah, you believe in this manifestation stuff and all of that?
Of course I do.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
for
a
me,
huge believer of
it was
that.
hard for me to believe it, but now the way the things happening to me.
Exactly.
Look, before we talk about this, I just want to know something about MR. I heard that MR, they don't do like, do any announcement that they're recruiting. They just recruit without any announcement. Is that true? They don't announce that they're recruiting?
I don't know much about Imar, but I was working with Damac for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you never, have you ever seen like MR announcing that they want to recruit? I never seen.
Not really.
Yeah, I don't
Not
think they
really,
do
no.
it. Anyways, I just wanted to ask you about this.
Yeah.
So you did Damac. You worked with Damac.
I worked with Damac for a year.
So what was 2022, 2023?
It was 2023.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
how was the experience with Damac? You liked it?
It was amazing. I loved it. You know, and first I was a broker, and we used to work in Damac office, and I used to look at the girls and I used to admire them. I was like, wow, they're so well dressed. They were wearing suits.
Yeah.
And you know, I didn't have that much money at that time.
Yeah.
So, but I used to look at them and I was so inspired and amazed by them. And I used to tell my colleagues, you know, I want to be like that one day. But I never saw it coming. So after 6 months, I don't know how it happened, but I got an offer from Damac.
Through LinkedIn or how?
You know, like I knew some people in Damac, and they saw my work, how hard I was working, and we used to be in the same office.
Yeah.
So that's how.
Yeah, it was like referral. It's good. The referrals are the best.
And not exactly referrals, because they didn't know me. I was working in the same office, and they saw, you know, I was just running around here and there and just working 24/7. They saw the drive in me, and you know, they were like, let's give her a chance. And I built my network of brokers. Pakistani broker, Indian brokers. So I built my network, and they were like, you know, let's
work together.
Yeah.
I want to ask you something about like when it comes. Look, in the market there is brokers and there is people who work as sales with developers. So I feel like you deliberately wanted to work with a developer. Why? Because majority, I feel like they like to be brokers because I don't know, it's more money or
it's more money. Yeah.
Yeah, but why? If it's more money, and we know that you're motivated by money, why you didn't do it? Why you didn't go to be a broker?
You know, because for me, it was like, you know, selling one project, working with one developer, focusing on just one developer. Like, for example, I couldn't see myself working as a broker because as a broker, you have to know everything, sell the whole.
Yeah.
You have to,
You have to know everything.
And
but, But for you like to focus only in one project, or
you know,
or you like Damac, you work for Damac. You like Amar, you try to work for Amar.
I love Damac, and you know, that new project came out, Damac Lagoons, and I just love the project. And you know what, I believe in sales, that you have to love what you're selling.
100%.
I am such a big believer of that if you don't have conviction in the project, how are you going to sell the project? If you don't have a conviction that, you know, okay, this project is going to
Is
sell.
your father like a businessman?
No, he's in IT.
He's an idea because you have an acumen for you talk like you suddenly changed from like to like how can you sell? You know, there was a shift of character. You were like being the cutie, and then you suddenly changed.
Serious,
now you I like that, by the way. And you are right. You cannot sell something you don't like.
No, not at all. If you don't have conviction, how will you sell to the client?
Yeah.
So when this project came to Damac Lagoons, I loved it. I loved the concept behind it.
Yeah.
And you know, I had a passion of selling. Maybe that's why, you know, I got hired because I love the project and I love selling it. I love to know. I used to watch videos about it and all the knowledge I got about it, and that's how I could sell it, and I managed to sell it, alhamdulillah.
How many units you sold there?
That's a secret.
Okay, is it more than 3 or less than 3 or
more than 3? Of course, being in 1 year in Damac, so
yes, bravo. I'm sure you're good. It's obvious that the way you switched, I knew you're good. Okay, so I just want to ask you about like the challenges of a girl that is, I don't know if you're still soft, but I don't think you look soft, but now you're tough. You've been through, I'm sure you've been through this. Corporate world changed people.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, like, what was the challenges like you've been through? At least give me 3 challenges a challenge for a woman, or specifically a woman. I'm not talking about someone in real estate. I want the challenges that you've been through as a lady selling property.
First of all, I would like to highlight the professionalism. There were some incidents, that not that much. Alhamdulillah, I've been very lucky that I've got the best managers, the best brokers that I've been working with. They have been very decent and they have given me respect. But, sometimes you face that thing, that people approach you and...
Yeah, especially if you're beautiful. Yeah, I mean, which is your case.
No, I don't think so. But
you can drink water if you're shy.
But it's really offensive, Malik. I don't like that.
Yeah.
So a person has to respect that we are working 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and we're working hard, and we're not here to make relationships and have fun. We're working hard. Otherwise, if I wanted to do that, I would have done that. Not working so hard, waking up in the morning, staying up late at nights, and just standing wearing heels and making sales. So you should respect my profession.
What the first struggle or challenge, it was the deception you faced from certain colleagues, or I don't know if clients also do this behavior. It's something that happens.
Of course.
Obviously, it's gonna happen. We cannot dodge that.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
Market,
but it's the deception behind it that really had a toll on you. All right. So this is one challenge. Any other things that you face? Like, for example, in terms of competition in the office between females and males. According to you, what do you think? Do you think that women sell better than men, or men sell better than women? I just want to know.
Oh my God. Now, a lot of men will hate me for saying this, but I think that personally, I believe that women sell better than men because,
Really?
Because as women, we are emotional, and I firmly believe that sales is all about emotions.
You're right, actually. And because women are emotional beings,
exactly,
they can connect with the client on an emotional level. And especially you're selling property. So there is emotions with the higher the money is, the more emotions are involved.
Exactly.
So you're making an interesting point, So you think that, okay, and in your office or wherever you're working, the top sellers, are they women or men? I just want to know.
Women.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, look, for me, I believe that women in the in the workplace, especially if it's an office. I just posted the reel about this today, an hour ago. I'm gonna somehow repeat the same thing. I think the office, it's a place that is created or designed more for feminine traits. It's soft, it's calm.
Exactly.
There's computers everywhere. Everything is clean. Yeah. You reach there with your car. You take a lift. There is no struggle. It's the work. It's with paper, organizing everything, multitasking, which are feminine traits. You are at service, which is a feminine. You got my point.
Exactly. Yeah. Sometimes you're not on the field.
Exactly. When it gets a little bit like execution, like on an executive level. Director level, sometimes women even tend not to go there. They want to just do the office every day. I think there is the blue collar positions dominated by men. All right, blue collar. dominated by men. And then there is like the beginning of white collar, like a big portion of white collar, it will be, or maybe it is dominated by women. You cannot beat a woman in HR, you cannot beat a woman as an admin.
True.
And you have a tiny tip of that white collar word, the tiny tip on the top, it's men. So women are dominating the biggest chunk, or they can dominate the biggest chunk of white collar positions.
True.
And that's how I see it from like a recruitment point of view or HR point of view. So what you're saying, it's correct according to me. I'm not like against you in this or something. But in sales, I'm not sure. Yeah, men are also good.
Men are also some of my colleagues. I'm just inspired by them. And
have you
watched
hard. The Wolf of Wall Street?
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
I think all people who work in sales,
they have watched it like a million times.
Yeah, it's inspirational.
It's very inspirational.
All right, so it sounds good. We agree on that. I think even though in sales, I think it's 50-50, depends on the skill.
Of course, and hard work, of course.
And hard work. I say men, 51%, women 49%. I don't know. I might be wrong.
50-50, let's
say 50.
That.
Let's agree on 50-50.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to know, living in Dubai and working in real estate make you exposed and make you meet a lot of people from all around the world. And you somehow, real estate people, they are the most knowledgeable when it comes to tendencies and reasons why other people are coming to this country, because you're talking to them, you're hearing all what they want and why they're moving here. I'm talking about end users, not just investors. Why, according to your experience, Areeba, why you think people, especially from the West, are coming to the UAE?
People from the West, they're coming to UAE because they see the investment opportunities, the opportunities that, for making money. And
So it's just you don't think there is other aspects like
exposure, and so many nationalities, and you come across like multicultural. It's so multicultural. That's the main thing I love about Dubai, that all you'll find cultures like all over the world. People are living here. Even for me, when I met Indians over here, I always watched Bollywood movies. I was a huge fan of Shah Rukh Khan, and I'm like since childhood. And when I met Indian people, all my now my best friends and my colleagues, they're Indian, and we have so many similarities. The food and the culture, it's so similar. We were like why are we so different and we're one?
Because I'll tell you why. I can tell you the same from my culture. I'm from a country called Algeria. Everybody knows this by now. And so there is always, with the neighbors, there is always some sort of grudges, either football or other reasons.
Honestly, I have no grudges. Even they won the cricket match yesterday, and I was so happy for them. Pakistanis will hate me for it.
No, but it's okay. It's just a sports. But people who are living now there, like for example, Algerians with Moroccans, they have some grudges. People who are living in Algeria and people who are living in Morocco, they cannot see the similarities. They cannot see that it's just an illusion, or it's something that it's made by the wrong people and we're falling for it.
Exactly, same like
when you come to a place like Dubai, you will say, these people, they look like me, talk like me, eat like me, we're the same.
Same food, we're the same. Why? So I don't understand.
It's a place like that's why it's one of the good things living in Dubai. We can see how connected we are, and you can connect to a lot of nationalities, not only
everyone, not only Indians, like all the nationalities.
You can feel more like, I feel more like sometimes I'm sitting, there is an English guy with an Egyptian guy, with an African guy, with an Arab guy, and this is really rare. I think 90% of the world is not experiencing what we are experiencing. Only in the big cities like New York, Tokyo, or other cities anyways.
Exactly.
But we are blessed. I think we are blessed. We're living here.
Of course, we are 100%.
So we were talking about the. I just want to ask you something. I know you're very how can I say it, preserved when it comes to information, but I will ask you this question. I don't care. You have to answer me. What was your biggest transaction? I have to know. I don't care. You have to tell me.
Okay.
Knowing that you're good, but you're new.
Yeah,
But you're good.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever number you're gonna give, you still new, and for what you're doing, it's amazing. But I want to know your biggest transaction.
This is a very interesting story. So when I was working with one of the biggest developers, the kind of pressure we have, and it was summer months, and I thought, I didn't make a single transaction in those 3 months.
For how many months?
3 months.
3 months only?
Yes.
You're lucky.
And I got a warning, and they were like, if you don't make a transaction right now, we are going to fire you. That's what...
Yeah, I mean, developers are like this.
Yeah, and that's what usually happens in sales, that you are given 3 months. If you don't make a sale, then...
Which is logical, right?
Which is logical, of course.
3 months you cannot sell, sorry.
So I was on my last 10 days and I lost all hope. I was like, okay, fine, I'll find a new company and whatever. So... And I used to pray a lot, I really believe, Allah can, in the power of prayer. So I used to pray a lot, Allah, please give me a miracle, do something for me. And all of a sudden, we had this big launch, and I sold a super luxury 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, like a full floor.
Cool.
In one building. And I couldn't believe it, I was like,
so your
how
first,
can it happen
your
to
first
me?
transaction, it was a full floor.
Full floor, yes.
That was your first
one?
one?
Super luxury, yeah.
And it was a super luxury?
Super luxury, yes.
So was it your biggest?
Yes, you can say.
And you don't want to say the price?
No.
No, not what you get. I'm not telling you what you get. I want to know how much was the property you sold?
It was a lot.
You don't want to tell me?
It was super luxury,
If you don't want to tell me, it's okay. I understand. I just wanted to push you a little bit. Yeah. So, and your first transaction was somehow your biggest, and after it, there were good ones as well.
They were really good ones, alhamdulillah. Like from the first, then like the second deal happened, third deal happened, and it was like all good deals.
Do you think you have something special about you in sales? Do you see? Obviously, everybody among us have something special.
Of course.
I mean, and everybody know what's this special thing. For example, for me, I used to do sales. I was good. I like to connect with clients. I make them laugh. I know what they want.
Exactly.
So this is my special thing. I can understand them on an emotional level.
Of course.
I somehow function like saleswomen mentally.
Yeah.
But in your case, what's the secret of your success?
First of all, I would like to say, people say that it's luck and hard work in real estate, but I would like to emphasize on this point that it's hard work. You have to work hard in sales, and you have to be out there, you have to meet people, and then after that you have to understand the client's requirements, what they want, and you have to have that empathy in you. And maybe I had that understanding what the client wants, empathy, and being kind to them,
Yeah.
I want to share this experience that, I love makeup and clothes like Sephora
Obviously.
and Zara. I'm there all the time, after work, even when I get my commissions, I'm like in Sephora and Zara all the time.
Don't
shopping.
waste all your money on that, please.
So, when I go there and when a salesperson approaches me, when sometimes, I've noticed that they have a very arrogant attitude. And I will never buy from that person because, they're like, yes, what do you want? I would never buy from that person. But, when I've seen that, and maybe ladies can relate to this thing, whenever I go to MAC, ladies know what I'm talking about. So the sales girl there are so nice, and they're like, oh yes, this will look good on you.
Yeah.
And I end up buying everything, and then when I come out of the shop, I realize, what have I done? I bought everything, but they're so nice to you,
So,
and the kindness.
So it's a brand called what? MAC, okay.
MAC.
It's a women thing, right? So what you're talking about is the cheerfulness and the kindness.
The kindness. It's attitude,
The attitude,
attitude matters a lot. I believe that attitude matters a lot in sales.
So you don't think you don't have any colleagues, because I have somehow here we're not gonna disagree, and I'm not saying attitude works. We're not gonna call it attitude, but firmness. Do you think someone who's firm, not too kind, not like smiley, someone firm, straight to the point in sales, you don't have any of your colleagues, or you didn't see any of the people who works with you that are firm and they make results, or according to you, no, you have to be kind, you have to be cheerful, you have to be nice?
I think a bit of both.
Of
course,
both.
I've seen my colleagues, they're very firm to the point and they're very successful in their career. But for me, I think it's a bit of both. You have to be kind and you have to be firm. And for me also, it's that way, like I believe I'm kind, but you have to be firm with your clients.
Sometimes,
also. You have to be realistic. If a client is saying, get me the unit with the waterfront view, and there's no unit, we have to be realistic and firm. There's no unit over there. So sorry. We can't get it.
We cannot get it. And you're not a broker. You are like, you cannot check
We are
someone.
in the developer, so we know everything. So it's very important to be firm.
Of course, yes. And there is moments where you have to be firm. Yeah, because why I'm emphasizing on this, Areeba, because I am not firm, like I'm somehow firm for the first 10 minutes. I don't smile too much. I ask questions. I love sales. I was born to be a salesperson. Actually, then doing this, it's possible because I'm good at sales. You know what I mean?
Of course.
I'm not like this with my guests, obviously. I'm more cheerful. But for the first 10 minutes, I prefer to be firm because I don't like to waste my time.
Exactly.
And some people think I'm arrogant, and then I switch.
Same.
And I become this guy. Funny. And that switch, they make them more interested to be. Of course, not everybody can do this. But I think if you are very agreeable from the beginning, they might step over you.
Exactly.
I think I might be wrong, but that's what I think.
True,
you know what
that's
I mean?
true.
So how many years you've been doing this?
It's been like 2-3 years now.
Doing good for 2-3 years, huh?
Alhamdulillah.
And
my mother's prayers, of course.
Of course, our mother's prayers are like a blessing.
Yeah.
And did you buy an apartment? If not, from which developer you would choose to buy if you will buy an apartment?
MR.
But did you buy?
Not yet.
But if you buy from MR.
MR, definitely.
Why?
I love MR.
So it's for you just the name, you like it, you see. Of course, the building are beautiful.
I think I've lived everywhere. I've lived in Azizi, I've lived in Damak, because I was just for fun. First of all, I got my studio in Damak Hills, for the yearly contract.
Yeah.
That was my first studio in Damak with the golf course view, and I loved it. Then I was like, let's try every developer. Then I lived in Azizi and Maidan, so Shoba. So I just for fun, for experiment, I tried for 1 month. I rented one studio, 1 bedroom. I've lived in the hotel apartments also. But for me, and I've lived in Imar. So for me, I think Imar
so basically you
is a personal.
You experimented all developers. That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah. So for my knowledge.
When you talk to someone, you already lived there.
I lived in all the developers.
Cool. And you like among them all MR?
I love MR, yeah. Dubai properties also. I love Dubai properties.
So you like Dubai? You love Dubai properties?
Yeah, first MR, Dubai properties.
I just want to come back to how we started the podcast. We started the podcast talking about the traditional lifestyle for women, that she will get married, blah blah blah. And through the conversation, I feel like you're still wanting that traditional lifestyle, but in the same time you want to be successful and keep doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
Do you think you can do both? Do you think it's possible?
I believe, if you have a partner who's understanding and who knows your struggles, your ambitions, what you want, and is supportive, I completely think you can do both. If your partner is supportive.
Do you think you can be as present for your kids? Let's say you have one baby. A boy or a girl, what do you choose?
Girl.
A girl, you have a girl. Do you think you'll be as present in her life free versus having a job?
Honestly, to be very honest with you, I don't think, because we are working from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And when I get home, honestly, I'm so tired. I don't want to do anything. I just want to sleep or maybe lie down or watch a movie.
Yeah.
So I don't think that I will be, to be very honest with you, I don't think I'll be that present in her life than I would be if I was not working.
Yeah. I really appreciate and respect you being honest. And for you, still you're gonna go to work over, even though you know you're not gonna be as present. We're not talking about the first few years, 3-4 years. You're gonna take maternity, obviously. You know your real estate. You did a lot of money, so you can take even
just enjoy.
You can take even 3-4 years, and then you're gonna come back.
Exactly, vacation time.
Yeah, but you still want to come back, even though you know that you will sacrifice. So you're gonna sacrifice time with your daughter, inshallah, if you're gonna have a daughter or a son, whatever. You are willing to sacrifice time with your kids over your career, and you accepted it. For you, it's something you're ready to. It's a sacrifice you're ready to make.
Yes.
As of now, maybe you change your mind. We don't know, but as of now.
As of now, yes.
Is there something that can make you change your mind?
I don't think so. Maybe, you know, when I'm a mother and, you know, I'm like just so in love with my child that I don't want to work and I don't want to go to office. I just want to be there, present in it. And, you know, I believe nothing is wrong in that. That is also a beautiful thing. Motherhood is such a beautiful thing. All my best friends, they're married, they have beautiful children, and, you know, but for me personally, I believe that my ambition, my dreams, my career, and, you know, that is my dream. So I want to fulfill that.
And if you said, I want to have a daughter, inshallah you will. You want your daughter to be like your friends, you were talking about them, or to be like you?
That's a tough question now. For my daughter, I would like her to be like me.
All right.
Yeah.
So you would like her to be like you?
Of course.
Okay. And now is a more tough question. If you have a son, just a question.
Yeah, sure.
And he grow up and he meet a girl like you versus meeting a girl like your friends, which one you think it's better for your son? A woman who's career driven like you, or a woman who's willing to stay home?
Both, honestly.
No, you have to pick one. It's okay, you have to be honest. And I know what's the answer.
No, honestly, both.
I think I know what's the answer.
Of course, you know, like...
I'm sorry, I had to be a little bit like discomfort. Like, it's an uncomfortable question.
Yeah.
But I really want to know what you think about this. I'm not against you. Look, I have a sister. I love my sister. We fight a lot, but I love her. I am the first who advocated for my sister for her to be a businesswoman. I want her to be like, she like fashion, and I want to motivate her. I want to help her to be a businesswoman.
Of course.
Because I know how she is. She's bullheaded, tough. She's a tough woman.
Exactly.
She cannot be in that square of, it's not a square. She cannot be in a lifestyle of like a housewife.
Yeah, exactly.
It's impossible. She grew up with boys. We're two brothers. She's different.
Of course.
I want to help my sister to be a businesswoman. She can do it. She's tough. But if I have a son and my son wanna get married, I would not wish him to find someone like my sister. Like, I want him to get married to more of a girl who is willing to abide by what he wants or what they agree on. My girlfriend, that she will soon be my wife, she's like my sister. She's tough. I'm also tough. We get along. I'm gonna marry her. I know she's like, she have a business mindset. She like to work. She came from a rich family like you, and she decided to do her own thing. You got my point?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's what you're doing is wrong. I'm giving you two examples: my sister and my fiance. But still, if I have a son, for some reason, I would like him to be with someone that she's willing to stay home. I don't know why.
Really?
Is it the same? Yes.
No, Malik, I honestly believe in today's world, I think it's very very important to educate every woman, to be financially independent and not be dependent on someone. Because, what I've seen in our culture, especially, seeing my mother, that she is so intelligent and she's so talented, and I was like, why didn't you work? You would have made millions with a brain like her. But you
feel like it's wasted potential.
It's wasted potential.
Especially we're in an age and in a time where women can work. They can. We're not like 300-400 years ago. Now the infrastructure for work for women is perfect. As we spoke, the office life very soft, and their skills are needed. I agree with you 100%.
Of course.
All right, let's come back to office quickly, and about real estate. There is something I didn't understand. To me, a person, I don't know a lot about real estate. I'm just still learning about it.
Yeah.
Why you sales who work for the developer need brokers. Why you don't go directly and sell?
Of course. To answer your question, we have indirect and direct teams working with the developer. So we can sell directly also, but we have indirect teams because obviously an agent, he knows every project. He has been in the market, so he knows all the projects. And the client, he has specific requirements.
Yes.
Like, for example, if you're buying a house, you would have a specific requirement.
Yeah.
Like, I want a swimming pool, I want a closed kitchen, I want 2-bedroom with a bathroom. So an agent knows that which developer in the market has that specific unit.
So it's like filtration.
Filtration,
so
exactly.
The agent filter the client and then...
then they bring it. If I have that kind of unit available with me or any kind of project like that, so the agent will bring the client to me.
So it's like half the job is done by the agent and the other half is done by you. And like this, it's a way to organize the market.
Exactly. It's a very organized, I believe it's a very systematic system.
Yeah.
So,
it makes total sense. It was simple. Why I didn't thought about it. You're right.
Yeah.
Look, now we're gonna jump to the best part of the podcast, which is the challenges.
Okay, I'm excited about it.
And I tried to make it a girly chat, but I couldn't. It's not really girly.
It's not girly?
It's a little bit.
Okay, a little bit.
A little bit girly. All right. So I'm going to start with a little bit real estate, then we're going to go to everyday life, yeah?
Uh-huh.
All right. So the challenge is called this or that. You already know it, I'm sure. And I want to start with, because you're working for the developer, I want to start with this. Mortgage or full payment?
Full payment.
I like you. Rent or resale?
Resale.
Resale, yeah, capital. Downtown or marina?
Downtown.
Okay. Palm, Jumeirah or Emirates Hills?
Palm Jumeirah.
City Walk or Blue Waters?
City Walk.
Obviously. Broker or a sales with a developer?
Developer.
You didn't choose
no
a broker.
To my
No, obviously, of course, yeah. That's why you're doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Formal attire or a dress?
Formal attire.
Good.
Suits.
Okay, tea or coffee?
Coffee.
So you go for a coffee in the office, yeah?
Yeah, coffee.
Movies or series?
Movies.
All right. You like me in this. TikTok or Instagram?
Instagram. I'm
Obviously.
addicted to Instagram.
We already touched on this. Emirates Mall or Dubai Mall?
Emirates Mall.
We already touched on this. Burj Khalifa or Burj Al Arab?
Burj Al Arab.
Gucci or Louis Vuitton?
Gucci.
You go for Gucci.
I love Gucci.
Cool.
I don't like
cool.
Louis
I was expecting your Louis Vuitton.
yeah.
Okay. Van Cleef or Cartier?
Cartier.
Okay, that's a better one.
I like Cartier.
You like flat shoes or heels?
Heels, anytime.
Even though they're like painful.
Oh my God, I have pain in my feet all the time, but still I'm wearing heels. Yeah.
Cool. I just have now one last question. We finished the this or that. I have only one last question. I usually ask it after the this or that. Are you willing to live all your life in Dubai, or at a certain point you want to come back to Pakistan?
I believe I would live all my life in Dubai.
You love it, yeah?
I love it, yes.
Areeba, it was amazing. I was very happy having you with me on CHEKD. You have a kindred soul and you are very cheerful and very kind.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll see you again.
Inshallah.
All right?
Inshallah.
Areeba, CHEKD.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We clap, yeah.
Oh my God, we did it?
Yes.
In one go?
Yes.
Oh.
What do you think?